All right, y'all. So we've been told who these two witnesses are, and if you can accept it, we're basically told that these are believers. And we can't forget, most of the believers during this time period were mostly Jewish. So they would have understood the reference. John says they are the two olive trees, two lampstands that stand in the presence of the God of the earth. Next, he says, any enemy who desires to harm them will be consumed by the fire that spews forth from their mouths. Now, I remember in the Left Behind movie, they really had these prophets out here really spitting fire from their mouths. You know what I'm saying? There is literally no way that you can take that to be literal. You cannot possibly believe that John is saying that prophets will come and they will literally spit fire from their mouths. You might be like, well, it says it right there, Cam. It's plain text. Again, if you can't make the distinction between figurative language, figurative speech, and normal everyday language, you know what I'm saying? Like literal language, you are the one with the comprehension problem. So, what is meant by fire will come forth from their mouths and consume their enemies? What is this? What does that mean? I think we are to think about this in the same or along the same lines as during Pentecost when they said that it was as the saints there had tongues of fire that rested upon them. What were they doing that caused them to say this or give them that imagery? They were prophesying and extolling the things of God. What are these witnesses doing? They're prophesying and extolling the things of God for a period of 1260 days. Thus will anyone who tries to hurt them be killed. So they're witnessing, they're prophesying. People are not gonna like it. And I if in case you want to know what I believe is meant by this, that they will be killed by this, they're not gonna be able to do anything to these witnesses during this 1260-day period. Remember that when Jesus was doing his earthly ministry, there were plenty of times where the Jews wanted to kill him, where people wanted to seize him, the crowds wanted to seize him and or even push him off a cliff. But because it wasn't his time yet, he eluded the crowd. I believe that's the sense in which we are to understand what is being said here. They're not going to like their testimony. They're not going to like their witnessing. Now, I get it. Some of y'all may be like, well, I'll say most of y'all even will still be in disbelief and say, "Oh, Cam, you're allegorizing the text. You're making it say whatever." I'm not making it say whatever. I'm making it say what the rest of Scripture says. Notice that from all of these different ideas, I'm still drawing them from the Scripture.